We're going to have to get down to Durham here in a second. So there's a coach down there that's changing everything. He's doing pretty much the impossible, winning games. He has Notre Dame coming to his house this weekend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's please put our hands together for Mr. Mike Elko down there with Pat.
There we go. I got my hype train back in the studio. I love it.
Yeah, we all love you, man. And I told AJ this, that as soon as I saw you this morning, first thing I said was, his head, this coach's head is huge. He played safety at Penn, but if we want to do Oklahoma drills with any other coaches around the NFL or around college football, I think I'm taking you. Now, Coach, let's dive into this real quick. Tomorrow, this place is going to be packed. It's going to be insane. College Game Day is going to be here. You've been here 2 years. You turned this place around. What has been the key, you think, to the success of the football program here, especially with how hard it is to get into school here? I wouldn't have got accepted here. AJ, you're not getting accepted to Duke, right?
No chance.
Connor, you're not getting accepted to Duke, right?
No, never in my entire life.
Ty would have got accepted. He got accepted to Harvard, but that's the only reason why. Tone would and nobody else would. So you being able to get wins in this type of situation in 2023, what do you think the key to it all is?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a catch-all, but it's culture. I think the one thing that we have is we have tremendous character in this locker room. We got a lot of kids who are willing to do an awful lot for each other. And I think that in this day and age still wins football games. And we talk a lot about hype and flash, and all of those things are mainstays in college athletics these days. But this is just a blue-collar group that really goes to work and it's really, really physical.
With some big brains.
With some big brains.
Hey, tell me about Riley Leonard. He's going to be joining us later. He's a quarterback. Not in the Heisman conversation right now.
Should be. If we can get that out there. Should be.
Okay. I think tomorrow, great day to kind of launch that whole thing out there. But what has he been doing, you think? Is this the same Riley Leonard that you've known, or what has he been doing this year, you think, that has really put him into the spot that he's in right now?
Yeah, I think the thing that the world is starting to figure out is this kid has an unbelievable amount of moxie, and his ability to kind of elevate himself at the right moment and make plays is unbelievable, right? And he's a tremendous athlete. We saw that in the Clemson game. He could throw the ball. He can make all the throws on the field. And, he's kind of been our guy since we've been here. I think everyone else is just kind of taking a little bit more notice of him now.
Yeah, I appreciate the fact he didn't do his homework. And then, I like that. We're for football. But,
for the record, can I set the record straight on that one? Right he now. Did get the homework extension.
Okay.
Just so that the world does know that. He
big.
was given the break. He didn't actually have to do the homework. That was all a little bit of a joke that our academics was playing. I just want to make sure everybody's aware of that.
Well, I like the fact that the professor played into the gimmick, though. You know what I mean? It was like offensive line were able to get it done. I appreciate that because that's like, this. And I told you and your coaching staff earlier, shout out to Sam Tucci, by the way, literally from our area, your defensive coordinator. I'm from 5 minutes from where he's from. So I'm very happy that he's having the great success that you're having. But like my immediate thoughts when I think of Duke, I just think like impossible education, going to be very difficult getting small and this whole thing. And then I talked to your whole coaching staff, and it's like, we got dogs on our team.
Yeah.
It's like the super smart dogs. So you're able to do a lot more stuff, I would assume, with the guys that you have. And that's an advantage as opposed to a disadvantage.
Yeah, for sure. I think we're able to run more of a pro style scheme. I think we're able to do a little bit more checks, a little bit more formation setting of the defense, a little bit more checks on offense. I think we try to play to the fact that we have kids who can handle some things. And that's been our advantage. And we've been able to do things the right way that way.
You're a real dumb guy too, right?
Well, it just depends. The big head for AJ made him a phenomenal linebacker. The big head here made me a really bad football player at UPenn.
Speaking of AJ, I think AJ has a question for you, Coach.
Absolutely, Coach. I'm just curious, the buzz around town, what's it like? You have game day coming to town. How do you, I guess, kind of temper your players' emotions? I would imagine they're pretty jacked up for this weekend.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been a wild season in that regard because, there was more off-season buzz around Duke football than there's ever been, which led to that opening game, which I was really worried about how we would handle because that was the first time we really had ever been on a stage like that at all. And then, the buzz kind of built out of that game. And now, obviously, with game day coming here for the first time, it's a whole nother level of excitement and energy. But I think the nice thing is our kids are really grounded. They are. I think they're very humble. I think they're kind of in tune to what we have to do to go out and have success. And we talked about this earlier in the week that, we didn't want to be congratulated for hosting college game day. We would kind of like to be congratulated for how we're able to play on Saturday night. And so, we went to work. We had a really good week of practice and preparation. We just got to go out tomorrow night and play our game to the way we're capable of playing it.
Well, congratulations on hosting game day.
Yeah. Sure. Let's get that out there.
Tone Diggs has a question for you. Loves college ball.
Yeah, Coach. I think it was less than 10 months ago, maybe 10 months ago, you played Sam Hartman when he was at Wake. You guys got a close win against them. How much can you take away defensively for you guys, the time that you've played against him at Wake versus Sam Hartman at Notre Dame?
Yeah, I wish I wasn't playing against them. That would be one thing I take away from it. No, I mean, listen, Sam's been around. He's played so much college football. He's such an experienced kid. I think last year he was playing in that Wake system that he had been part of for so long, and it was really easy and really natural to him. Obviously, now it's more of a pro-style system, so I think you see a little bit of change in his game. He's utilizing some different parts of what he's capable of doing at quarterback, and so it presents a little bit of a different challenge with how Notre Dame uses him. But Sam's a kid I have a ton of respect for. He's a phenomenal quarterback, and we'll certainly have our hands full tomorrow night.
Another guy that is a part of that offense that you talk about pro style, they like to run it, then Sam's able to do his play action. Audric Estime, boys, we saw him last week. I tried to tell him. He is huge, dude. Obviously, he's a pivotal part of their offense. Ohio State was able to handle him pretty well. Do you take any film from last week? What all do you watch in that? And then how do you kind of game plan that for yourselves?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, listen, they got a stable of backs, and he's the lead dog in that group. And his size and physicality certainly jumps off the page. I think I've seen some pictures of him in the tank top, and, right? Like, I don't need to see that. That doesn't help me as I'm getting ready for this game by any stretch of the imagination. But no, I mean, that's what they pride themselves on. They pride themselves on their physicality and how they can run the football, and they let the run kind of set up the pass, and that's something we're gonna have to match. I mean, our kids are just gonna have to match it.
We were at Notre Dame last week, and boys, that buzz was palpable there.
Yeah, what do you unbelievable.
I don't know. I asked this cop over here earlier. His name's Andrew. I said, so where are the students? I was just trying to get a grasp on the stadium. He was like, well, they're not here. I was like, yeah, no shit, Andrew. I know there's nobody in the stadium, but I guess the student section is about right here.
Yeah, we're knee deep in it right here. This is where they'll be rocking tomorrow night.
Okay. Notre Dame travels very well.
They do.
How do you is there projections? How do you expect that? Are you dealing with that at all?
Don't be giving them any tickets.
We're trying not to give them any more tickets for sure. I'm sure there'll be a decent amount of Notre Dame fans in here. There always seems to be. But what we've talked to our students about is making sure they bring the noise and bring the energy and drown them out. Because I think our 18 to 22-year-olds can drown out some of those old Notre Dame alums that are going to be in the stadium. So I
like that. Those Catholics are going to be too boozed up, he says. Sorry, there's another Catholic.
You said that. I didn't say that. You said that.
I did say that. Sorry about it. Hey, Connor has a question for you. He made a Catholic comment last week, I'm sure.
Yeah, Coach, funny enough, I just want to let you know, not everyone from Notre Dame's a good person. So a lot of scumbags. Just if you're thinking strictly about people who are going to be there, you should probably maybe have helmets for the guys on in the back of your bench, because they might get beers thrown at them, because boy, those Notre Dame people are terrible people sometimes. But when we're talking about the football game, and obviously the atmosphere is unbelievable, but there's been a few pregame speeches that have been leaked over the past couple of weeks. How is your approach pregame to get your guys ready? Are you a rah-rah guy, or are you more so, hey, I went to Penn, I'm smarter than the other coach, let's just go out there and execute the game plan that we have?
I'm definitely not I went to Penn, I'm smarter than the other coach kind of guy.
Okay.
Probably a little bit more energy, a little bit more buzz in our locker room than that. But really with this one, I'm just trying to keep our kids calm. I'm trying to make sure that we don't, get too energetic too quick. I got to get them to kickoff. Like that's been my whole goal with this one all week. Our kids are fired up. They're so excited to go play this game. I want to make sure that they're peaking when we run out of the tunnel tomorrow night, and not, today at 2:00. And so we're going to try to keep it low. We're going to go see a movie tonight.
Oh, what are we watching? What are we watching?
300.
Oh,
yeah.
Has your team seen that, Coach? I mean, you guys might be a little too young to even know what that is.
Okay, so Pat just did our weight room chant for us. That is actually the Duke weight room chant that you were just doing.
Oh, yeah.
And I found out this week that our kids have never seen the movie. So about half of our kids have never seen the movie. They just do the chant and fake it. Yeah, but they didn't even know what they were actually doing. So we're going to bring them to see the movie tonight so we can get them some exposure to that.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I just lost my whole. I can't hear it.
Oh, no. Pat lost his whole rig over there. Which Coach can still hear us, though, right?
I apologize for the
I got you guys, yeah.
Oh, man.
Coach, I can't hear a thing.
Hey, Coach, for real, how fun is it right now to be the head coach as Pat keeps talking?
So your kids have been lying to you about knowing what the 300 is just because they want to buy into this whole thing?
No, they just do it. I don't even think they knew it was 300. I just think our strength coach went in there one day and said, this is how we're going to break things down. And they thought he came up with it. And they said, okay, yeah, that's what we'll do. And so I was talking to him this week, and literally half of them had no idea that movie existed.
Ty, That's a 3 hour. How long's 300, Todd?
Oh,
I
no,
think
we
it's
don't
like
do 3
a
hours.
clean 220.
It's a good one.
No, we're 158 tonight, boys.
Oh,
Here
okay.
we go.
We don't do 2 hour plus. Our whole team will be sleeping.
Do we normally do movies though? That is-
Yeah, if we play a night game, we're always at a Friday night movie. Yeah,
And then tomorrow morning we got wake up, walk around,
yeah,
breakfast.
yeah. A little bit. We do a little bit of kind of activation, move the body around. We have some meetings, kind of give them some time in their room, and then we come back and do walkthrough right before dinner.
How about like smoothies and all that stuff? You guys don't
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Go on.
big into the smoothies. Yeah, all that stuff at the hotel. Nowadays, I'll tell you what, these kids are spoiled. They get everything,
Buddy.
like literally everything,
Everything.
So whatever they want,
including money. Does that
Yeah.
happen here?
of course, happens everywhere.
That's the Duke difference. You know
Hell
what I
yeah.
mean? Like I think they have an opportunity because just like we were at Notre Dame last week, and good luck to you playing against them. It's like the Notre Dame education, like it's actually a recruiting tactic. Like, hey, whenever you leave Notre Dame, you're going to have this connection and this degree that's going to get you to places that not a lot. Duke's the same damn way.
Yeah,
right.
for
I mean,
sure.
it's the same damn thing.
Yeah, for sure. And what you're selling them on is, an elevation of this football program to now, chase your NFL dreams, go become the best football player you can be on stages like this consistently. But when football ends, which it will at some point, go do whatever. Go do whatever you can do in life and become a millionaire in either avenue.
AJ, or billionaire.
Billionaire. Why not?
And there's a lot of them these days. There's like AJ. Last thing here for Coach.
Of course, Coach. Appreciate your time. I know you spent some time at Notre Dame not that long ago. Is there anyone there left that was on the regime when you were? And what's it going to be like pregame, maybe to bounce around and see some of your old pals?
Yeah, there's not many guys left. I kind of got there when I left, and then Brian Kelly left. I think that kind of drained everything out. There's a couple people. Ron Pallas is their chief of staff, and I've known Ron since I was there. And Dave Paloquin works in recruiting, but there's not much left. So I don't have much crossover, much carryover. This is really just going to be about a game tomorrow night. A lot of respect for those guys, respect for Marcus and that whole crew, but not much familiarity anymore.
What have you seen from Marcus? It takes, as you know, Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame is, the whole thing. What have you seen out of Coach Freeman, and have you talked to him at all this week?
I have not talked to him this week. I wouldn't say we're close, but obviously, mutual respect for sure. What I've seen is him imposing his philosophy on the program. I think they've become more physical. I think they're kind of both sides of the line of scrimmage are really, really controlling games for them. I think he's trying to make it about, that old school power football, and he's doing a really good job of it.
You got a bunch of OGs on the O-line, right? Don't you?
We do. We got Graham Barton, our left tackle, is a really talented player. Jacob Monk on the inside is a really talented player. We got seniors and grad players all over it, and so we got to match them. That's what we have to do.
You watching the NFL ball?
Not as much as I would like to, because I kind of have this college thing going on.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
forgot about
Last
that.
night, anyways, the Detroit Lions, like they look like a 1940s football team with an explosive. If you have the offensive line, I feel like you
It's a
win.
great starting point. Football doesn't change. As much as we want to make the game change, it still doesn't. If you could physically impose your will on people, it changes how you can play the football game, for sure.
Well, you've changed the way football is played around here, pal. And I can't thank you enough for allowing game day to come and for me to experience this institution for the first time. Can't wait for the next 24 hours, and we appreciate your time.
Yeah, appreciate you guys having me on, and thanks for all of this stuff.
Hey, you guys want to congratulate him for having college game day here?
Hell yeah, Coach!
Congrats,
Coach,
Hey,
go!
let's go.
Congrats. They'll tell you again tomorrow, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Mike Elko.
Yeah.
Give me something.